Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Passionately Catholic. I am Anthony Digmann. Something that I want to share with you is something that's really been on my heart for a good number of months now. I've been really wrestling with this idea of the possibility of a Catholic way of life. Here's what I mean by that. I think as Catholics, there's so much truth and goodness and beauty, so much that we have in our church from our saints, our tradition, theology, obviously the 2,000 years worth of history. There's so much to Catholicism in terms of devotions. There's just such a wealth of resources and opportunities that I think sometimes that can actually make it a little bit difficult because it's so big, it's so broad. Like what do I do? If I'm a Catholic and I love God and I want to grow in my relationship with God, what do I do? How do I grow in that? Like what sort of prayers should I do? Should I be praying the Stations of the Cross every day? Should I be praying a rosary every day? Should I pray the Divine Office, right? Like what should be part of my spirituality? And then how can I grow in that by myself? Is this something that I should do alone? Should I do it with a group of people? And what I've really been wrestling with and coming to terms with and feeling called to explore more deeply, and I'm in the process of really unpacking this really as this video goes live, is a Catholic way of life. And what I imagine this Catholic way of life to be is a way for Catholics to really focus their energy, to have an opportunity for community, for accountability, to deepen their relationship with God, to deepen their prayer life, and to really wrap all this together around the fruits of love. So this Catholic way of life really seeks to provide an opportunity, a way for Catholics to both focus and to structure their life, okay, to provide opportunities for accountability, for community, for spiritual growth that are really inspired by the wisdom from the saints throughout the church's history, but also largely inspired by monasticism, the way that monasticism provides this consistency. Now, this Catholic way of life would not be just like a short-term fad thing. It's not something we just do for Advent, or we just do for Lent, or we do it for summer, or it's like a 30-day thing or a 90-day thing. Really, I think what we need in the church as Catholics and what we need as human beings, because we're creatures of habit. We're creatures of virtue and vice, that we by doing things over and over and over again, we grow in virtue and we grow in vice, in good ways and in bad ways. And I think what we really need is part of this element of monasticism really in our everyday life, where we make consistent certain specific commitments about being a Catholic. Now, what I really want this to be able to be is to be very open, to have it be inclusive as opposed to exclusive. So this Catholic way of life, say our Catholic way of life, would not be anything that is just for men, or would be for teens, or just for women, or it wouldn't just be for married couples, young people, older people. Really, it would be completely inclusive. It would be really open to everybody. And it could be done in small groups, it could be done in large groups, it could be done by a couple of individuals. So a husband and wife could do this together. You could have families doing this together. You could have men's groups doing it, women's groups doing it. You could have college students doing it. You could have co-ed groups. You could have a group of married couples. You could have like 8 married couples doing this together, or 2 married couples doing this together. It doesn't even matter. Like, very inclusive and extremely flexible. One of the pieces of wisdom I love from St. Francis de Sales, Bishop and Doctor of the Church, the Doctor of Charity, the Doctor of Love, was that everything that lay people can live a life of holiness suited to the demands and the needs of their life, right? So this Catholic way of life, our Catholic way of life, if you will, would provide an opportunity to be extremely flexible, to be extremely inclusive, so that people from whatever walks of life could join. Even non-Catholics could even participate, right? This would be a wide open opportunity for evangelization, to invite friends, colleagues, neighbors, co-workers to do the way of life with us, right? And that our Catholic way of life could be something that would be bigger and could be connected. There could be groups that would be connected in some way. Certainly by the way itself, by the structure of the way, there would be certain elements that if I'm committing to the way, there would be certain elements that I'm committing to do, right? A bit above and beyond what normal Catholicism is all about, but not meant to be something that is radically difficult, something that's meant to be doable forever. okay? Something that is a higher calling to go, okay, I need more focus, I need more consistency, I want to dive deeper into the wisdom that saints have provided, that monasticism have provided, and I want to embrace that in my everyday way of life to build up this virtue, to build up consistency, to build up my prayer life, to build up my relationship with others, to have support, to have accountability, and really have something that's consistent and helps me grow in virtue and in holiness and my relationship with God, my relationship with others, and fulfill my vocation. Whatever my vocation may be, if I'm single, if I'm married, our Catholic way of life would be an opportunity especially focused on the laity, but again, can be open to priests and open to religious who are active and engaged in the world. Maybe even priests and religious would even commit to doing some of these commitments together. So I'm really interested in your thoughts. Do you think that it would be useful as Catholics for us to have something, a way of life, if you will, that it provides consistency, provides accountability, provides support, ideas from saints, saint spirituality, from monasticism, to help us really focus and hone our lives and our spiritualities with accountability, with community, especially focusing on love of God and love of neighbor? If that's something that you're interested in, share below, share in the comments what about that you think is attractive, how you think that that could be useful for Catholics. And if you have an idea, if you were putting together your own way of life, what kind of elements of our Catholic faith would you want to see included in that? So put those in the comments, because I'm still in the process of building this up and beta testing it and trying it out even myself. So I'm really interested in what you have to say. And keep an eye on Passionately Catholic here. Make sure that you subscribe, because there's definitely more to come on this subject as we continue to work through it. I wish you all God's blessings and peace, and I'll see you again in the next episode.